Now, many of you will know by now that Nio intends on launching quite a number of models, new models this year. And as seen on the screen, this appears that is the upcoming ES6 camouflaged, which is something that is very, very good. You will know that in Q2, Nio intends on starting to launch their NT 2.50 2025 facelift models of all of their existing models, and the models that they are going to launch first, as said by the Nio CEO, is the ES6, EC6, ET5 Touring, ET5 mid sedan. And the reason why this is very good is that these are the strategic cars that do very well, or that constitute a lot of sales of Nio, right? I mean, when you look into the numbers, they constitute roughly 85% to 90% of Nio's main brand models total sales, which therefore means that these are the cars that are doing the most for Nio. And seeing that Nio is preparing to launch them first, it's a very good thing, because we can see sales recovering pretty fast. I mean, we have seen the camouflaged ET5 Touring, seeing the ES6 camouflaged. I mean, this is something that is great, and it shows us that indeed Nio is getting closer and closer to go to the official launch of this model and launch these cars. So yeah, man, I am very happy about this. I am very excited to see this, because one thing that we know is that though Nio sales might not be doing that well, from Q2 things should get better. I mean, we know that the Nio CEO said that one of the things that they are going to do, or make sure that they do on these upcoming models, is that immediately after the launch they don't spend that much of a time, or there's not much of waiting time until they start deliveries from the launch, which is something that is obviously good, something that is very, very good, and it will attract more and more sales. I mean, there is the ET9 that has started with deliveries from today officially. In fact, they started yesterday. We saw the Nio CEO handing it over to one of China's most top executive, which was something that was very, very good. But officially, deliveries all over China started today. I've done a video discussing that, with some pictures of people collecting or shooting, receiving their ET9, which this hopefully it recovers their sale. This hopefully it does, or it makes Nio to do very well in terms of sales starting now in March. Yes, I know there are like 4 days left until March comes to an end. Let's just hope it contributes at least some good sales onto Nio, and hopefully it also boosts gross margin so good in a way that even though they don't sell much units, but gross margins improvement will be so good, so massive. I mean, I have discussed, I mean, previous video we're also discussing that, look, when Nio sells just 10 of these units, it generates them revenues over $1 million, which just shows you that this car is quite pricey, and therefore the more units they sell, the more revenues they'll be able to generate. I mean, with 1,000 of the ET9 model, Nio generates $108 million, which simply means that you can see the amount of revenues that Nio generates with these cars. Nio revenues is going to explode because of this car, because of this model, which coming with gross profit or gross margins improvement, this will be so good, because this car uses Nio's operating system SkyOS. This car uses Nio's chip, autonomous driving chip, which all this combined, it will improve the gross margins, taking Nio to profitability, which is great. ES6, EC6, ET5 Touring, ET5 mid sedan, those are the cheapest models that you can find under the Nio main brand. The cheapest of them all being the ET5 Touring, ET5 mid sedan, because prices of those two are the same. ES6 I think is 368,000 RMB. EC6 it's a bit higher than, or is priced a bit higher than the obviously ES6, which we know that those cars are doing the most for Nio, and seeing the camouflaged ES6 today, it shows us that Nio is preparing. Brace yourselves for what's coming, because we have seen, like I said, the camouflaged ET5 Touring. We have seen the camouflage, or we are now seeing the camouflaged ES6, which, boy, I must say, I look forward, man, to Q2. Q2, by the way, it's starting just on Tuesday next week, meaning that anytime from next week on Tuesday, some of these cars are going to be launched. And boy, I must say, I am waiting. I mean, on the 19th of April, it is a very critical date for Nio, because they will be doing the official unveiling of their Firefly sub brand, which that sub brand also is going to catch, or it's going to attract the entire EV market by storm, because it's going to take the entire EV market by storm, because that car, we know, is the cheapest car that you will find under Nio, with a starting price of 20,000 RMB with a battery. Price without a battery is yet to be revealed, but we know that when they start with sales, price wise, that car is going to come, and you'll be utilizing CATL battery swapping station, and will only start using Nio's battery swapping station, or fifth generation Nio battery swapping stations, which is something that is great, something that is exciting, and we also look forward to that. So Q2, we are not only going to get the Nio models, but we are also going to get Firefly, that is going to hopefully start with sales before the end of April. April, we can expect great things. You will know that last year in April, it was the month that we saw Nio cars, or Nio deliveries, improving significantly. If my memory serves me well, last year in April, Nio sold over 15,000 cars, and that was when, from April, May, it was the first month last year where we started seeing 20,000, which that 20,000 started in May going to December, where we saw Nio delivering over 30,000 deliveries, and therefore this April will also be a turnaround when it comes to Nio deliveries, because we are going to see deliveries starting to improve. I think that April we can see plus 20,000 deliveries, because there's Firefly coming, because there's ET9 that just came, because the deliveries, or the orders for the Onvo sub-brand L60, we have read that they are recovering, which all this combined, it can take Nio deliveries as a whole to go over 20,000 deliveries, which is something that we look forward to. So yeah, man, I just thought I'd give you this quick update. Blue sky is coming, long term will win. Those that are persevering will most definitely be rewarded with time. Share price wise, Nio might not be doing the most, but we shall be rewarded. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll see you on the next one, and God bless you all.